everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ringside Beer Show. I'm Alex. This is my co-host,
Jay Smooth, also known as Jason.
Jason. How you been, buddy?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Can't complain, man. I'm excited to get back in the studio and have another episode for you guys.
Yeah, plenty of content.
A lot of content today.
Plenty of content.
Dude.
This is episode 7, by the way. Episode 7?
Siete.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, we're just going along, man. We're just
line them up, knock them down.
Well, man, let's get right into it. Let's start with the art giveaway that we're continuing. It's still going on.
Absolutely. You guys still have some time. So the winner will be announced September 29th, 2020. Yep. And how to enter. Subscribe to the Ringside Beer Show on YouTube. Please turn on your notifications. Also comment done in the comment section of any of the videos. And from there, once the date arrives, we're going to drop your guys' names into the random generator and find out who won this lucky prize.
Yeah, and this will be the day right after UFC 254 pay-per-view, or the first YouTube episode that we post.
Yeah, we'll keep you up to date. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, well, we're excited for that. And then we have, I don't know if you guys noticed since the beginning of the episode, we have some new, what do we call this, decorations on our set?
Oh, this is like more than decorations. This is gold right here.
So this was the surprise that we were talking about. If you follow the Instagram Ringside Beer, you guys already saw this. But yeah, we're over here showing the new MMA tap handles. Yeah, I love them. I think they're pretty badass. I like the red one too, but I'll block everything for me. So
yeah, so I get to get a little bit of the behind-the-scenes stuff, right, hanging out with you.
Yeah.
And the fact that this was even, like, made when I heard about this, I was like, this is honestly the best idea for these tap handles. It's real spot on. It's just very aesthetic. Just makes you want to buy one.
Yeah.
And where you can go buy one.
You can go to ringsidebeerstore.com, and these are brand new. I believe they have 50 right now for the first line, so get them while they're hot. These are the first runs, the first ones right now.
Can you imagine being one of the 50 owners of the first Ringside Beer black tap handles?
I'm telling you.
Make Love Edition?
I'm telling you, man. They're going to be coming out with more, but the first run was 50, and they want to see how it does, and we're getting a positive feedback from Instagram. So
yeah, absolutely. I mean, go check out the Instagram post. We also have put up the picture. I'm in love with these tap handles. They're amazing. Just makes me want to drink the beer right now.
Dude, I am pumped. When I first got the product to photograph, my daughter helped me out with the photo shoot. She was help me hold the reflectors, and it was pretty cool because she got to see the behind the scenes of how much work it takes to photograph one product. And this was like 4 or 5 shots put together. Yeah, but I mean, watching it in person, like touching this product is high quality. The black is shiny as hell.
I honestly hope the camera does it justice. I mean, we have it in 1080p, or I forgot it's a step above that.
2.7K, yeah.
Thank you. So we're trying to get the image of this as genuine as possible, guys. This is like the sickest tap handle I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a couple. If you look down below,
we got here. We got our favorite ones up here.
Everywhere, and this one right here is by far my favorite.
Dude, seriously, all black, the little hint of the MMA, and I cannot wait till these are in restaurants. And they have a few out in Huntington Beach and Florida and Buffalo, New York right now.
Awesome.
But, I cannot wait till I can see them when the bars start opening back up.
This is that slow build, man. And just, I can't wait to see who jumps along the train, man, rides along with us. Because this thing is chugging along. And this right here is a game changer.
Oh, seriously. And what's cool about it, they're the only ones who can have boxing gloves and MMA tap handles. Ringside Beer is the only people that have that are allowed to have that on their tap handles.
Yeah, so don't be out here trying to be fraudulent, okay?
Dude.
We'll find you.
So pumped. Anyways, that's the big announcement. The new MMA tap handles. Go get them. ringsidebeerstore.com. Get them while the supplies last right now. So
yeah, guys. Awesome.
All right, man. Let's get it right into current events this week. You want to start it off, man?
Yeah, this is awesome right here, man. Yeah. So, looks like Cowboy Donald Cerrone just had his second son, and he named him Riot River Cerrone. Happy birthday. Danger is going to be so excited when he finally sees you. That was the Instagram post via ESPN MMA. And I love the name, man. It's pretty sweet.
Dude, Danger and Riot. Hey, What are your kids' names? Danger and Riot, bro.
Yeah, man. Those are the kids you don't mess with in school.
Oh, absolutely.
Those are the kids that you see that, that are serving up the hands.
Yeah.
And then when Pop steps on campus, ain't nobody worried about, ain't nobody going to say nothing to him.
Oh, no one's going to say nothing to Pops.
Nah, man.
No.
Those kids
Donald
are
Cerrone right there.
Those kids are going to run the school, man. I can already see it.
Dude, congratulations, Donald, man. That's awesome,
dude.
man. That's one father to another, man. Congratulations, man.
There I cannot relate, so all I can just say is congratulations.
Not yet, man.
Where's some wood at? These things, I'm going to tap on that.
Yeah, this is cardboard, bro.
Right? Oh, this one right here. But, absolutely congratulations, man. It's great to definitely welcome another life into this world.
Yeah, seriously, man. Well, let's go right into the next one. This is big news, and I try to get all of it together. I try to get as much as possible, and this was all related to the Canelo Alvarez lawsuit against Golden Boy.
Yeah.
And it starts off with, on Tuesday, Canelo Alvarez filed a lawsuit against his promoter, Golden Boy Promotions, and his broadcast partner, DAZN, alleging breach of contract and seeking a minimum of $280 million in damages.
2 years ago, Alvarez and DAZN agreed to the richest deal in boxing history. Alvarez would fight on DAZN for his next 11 fights at the price of $365 million. All parties involved have had a variety of disagreements since that time, specifically in terms of potential opponents and payments for upcoming bouts. Wow.
Yeah,
$280 million. I'm pretty sure that's what's left on the contract.
Yeah.
I think that's where that number came from.
Yeah, so then I try to just get a little bit of everything. So continuing that, it says on Thursday, the WBC ordered a purse bid for Alvarez's mandatory middleweight title defense against Avni Yildirimir, a fight that the organization had ordered in August.
If the fighters and their promoters don't reach an agreement before September 21st deadline, any promoter can make a bid for that fight. Wow. That includes the fighters' promoters, Golden Boy and Arena Box Promotions, as well as Bob Arum's Top Rank, Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions, Mayweather Promotions, Tom Brown's TGB Promotions, or any other promoter. This is insane. I
know, seriously. With Canelo in litigation with DAZN and Golden Boy, it's questionable if any promoter is willing to take a risk on a fight that might never happen, at least until the lawsuit declined? Decided. Yeah. No worries, man. So what do you... what do you think? Because I'm like, he's suing for $280 million for damages. I'm like...
okay, so this is how I'm viewing it and how I'm taking it. That seems to be the amount that's left on his fights, right? He's entitled to a certain amount of fights, so therefore he has that number in his mind. Now, do I think that they'll give him that amount? No, I think that's just more of like an impactful thing, right? They're taking it to court like, okay, we're going to sue you for this amount of money. Here's our justification for it.
Well,
right?
Yeah, he signed the contract for $360+ million, something like that.
Yeah, I remember when he signed that, and it was like fresh. DAZN was like a brand new, fresh app.
Yeah. Well, hey, they're hurting right now, though.
Oh, dude, I couldn't imagine.
Did you hear what they were talking about? They want to set up Canelo versus George Masvidal or Khabib. I'm like, dude, is this?
Yeah, we all would want to set up something, but that doesn't mean it's ever going to come true.
No, it's funny because Dana White was asked that question. What do you think of DAZN? It just spoke on how bad DAZN is hurting for money right now, and they're hurting for big pay-per-views.
Exactly. It takes some money to make some money, so that's where I'm a little confused at DAZN's approach with trying to reach out to the UFC fighters when in reality you got to worry about your own fighter Canelo, and you can't put together good enough fights to make that money to pay him. So that's probably where the issue is right there.
Yeah, well, the opponents, and then Triple G's training up in Big Bear. I don't know what the heck is going on. Why is that fight has not been set, the trilogy? Like, how many people will buy or pay for that trilogy, especially right now that everyone's stuck at home?
Yeah, I agree. I think this is just a theory. I just think Canelo doesn't want to fight him for a third time because there's already too much controversy in the first and in the second. Doesn't do much for his legacy. Let's say he wins for the third time.
Well, if he's complaining about the money, that's one of the biggest fights you can make.
That is the biggest fight. So that's where he's going to have to, I guess settle or compromise would be a good word as well. But honestly, it's I don't see DAZN right now and having the rights to Canelo. After all this is done, I think a big promoter like Mayweather Promotions will swoop up on that in a heartbeat.
Dude,
because they have the funding for it. Or even Top Rank, because that's ESPN. They have the funding for it. Those are more practical scenarios that I see happening. As per se, DAZN, once that lawsuit's once it happened, I mean, you can't go back from that, right?
Feel like no, but he ain't gonna get the full 280. I mean, I'm just speaking as a fan.
Yeah.
I don't know
we don't have
no inside information or nothing like that.
I don't provide legal advice.
So that contract was made obviously with, the virus kind of messed up everyone's plans this year.
Exactly.
So
that's where I'm confused at the approach and the timing and such. I mean, right now,
does he just
want trying to get money out of people?
Yeah, does he just want to get out of the Golden Boy business? Because I mean, right now, obviously, there's no fights being lined up.
I can respect that. If that's what he's trying to do, I can respect that.
Yeah, because he's been having beef with Golden Boy. And,
hey, once De La Hoya said he's coming out of retirement, Canelo's like, you know what?
Hey,
I'm out of here, bro.
De La Hoya versus Canelo.
This podcast is now over. I will catch you guys later. See you on the next one.
Dude, but really, how does he justify getting $280 million with no fights? I
guess maybe that's because what they had signed on the contract, so that's what he believes he's entitled to.
Yeah.
But they're also entitled to X amount of fights.
And the Zone was complaining about, Canelo hasn't made any big fights. I'm like, that's not on him. He doesn't make the fights. You guys supposed to line it all up. And
he could honestly be out there and he could be promoting and lobbying for certain fights. But we all know the IBF and the IBO and the WBC, they all... I don't know what the word's called, but they mandate. Yeah, they mandate the next fight. You're supposed to fight this person. So it's not like you can go out and just pick a fight. If you don't go match up a fight, the IBO can be like, or whatever division it is, you're gonna fight this person, mandatory.
Well, yeah, that ain't working out. It's funny because a lot of there's no really big fights in boxing. I feel like boxing is especially this year. I don't know if it's just you, or if it's just me. It's kind of like a dying sport. In a little bit because there's no big names.
It does honestly feel like the juice, the air's out of the balloon. It doesn't feel like boxing has that same oomph to it.
No, because they're slowly getting back into casinos, but they're so reliant on casinos to hold these big events.
Let's put it to you guys this way: the biggest boxing event this year is going to be Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr., which is an amazing fight and a fight we all want to see, right?
Yeah.
But honestly, that's the biggest fight. Come on, dude. Boxing has to do a better job at just building their stars, do a better job, find, better talent. I don't know, something. You got to keep your fighters active, I don't know. Something's got to change here, or the sport is just literally people are just going to be disengaged.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Well, hopefully they figure it out soon because if you guys want to read more about the whole Canelo article, it's on ESPN.com. Just look up Canelo. That's it.
Yeah.
So, all right, man. Well, let's get right into it. So, continuing that, Dana White on the same press conference was asked about the Dustin Poirier and Tony Ferguson fight.
Yeah.
So and he replied if they were still working on it, and he said, no, we're not even trying to salvage it. We're getting another opponent for Tony Ferguson.
Yep.
Which Tony replied, he was like, hey, here's looking at you, kid. Pay the man, Dana White. Love you all, but let's give the hardcore and casual fans what they deserve. A good fight, sir. So
and Dustin Poirier actually responded with violence. Let's go, Tony. And I believe he had another response as well. But it's very difficult to say that you're not going to salvage this fight. At what point are you going to give the fans what they want, right? The goal for the UFC is to generate pay-per-view, especially in a time like this.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Dana White. I'm going to call his bluff. I think they make that fight happen for the same card as Tony and Justin Gaethje.
No, it's too soon for that one for October. You think so?
I sure hope so. Get that fight done.
If they do, it would be good just in case someone pulls out. And then you watch how crazy it is. If someone pulls out, and watch Tony slips in and we finally get Khabib versus Tony.
It's got to be something in the contract when they do take that fight to make that a possibility. Because, what if it's Tony versus Khabib?
Dude.
Run it back. Run it back for the 5th time. Try to.
What? No, it would be the 6th time?
Yeah, something like that. But in reality, the first time that they ever get into the ring together, jeez, man.
Dude, it's about time.
You don't hope that somebody gets hurt.
No.
In the event.
Hopefully, that doesn't happen because Gaethje versus Khabib. I mean, Gaethje earned that interim belt. So it would be wrong if someone jumped over him. But I'm just saying, while things are happening in the MMA world,
100%.
So, we'll see.
All right, so let's continue with the wildness, shall we? So, McGregor's representatives deny the report of sexual assault that had just been announced. So, on Saturday, the Agence France Presse reported that a complaint was filed Thursday against Conor McGregor and Corsia for alleged attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibitionism. The AFP, citing prosecutors, reported McGregor was arrested and released Saturday following a hearing. The report did not say who made the complaint via ESPN MMA.
Yeah. All right. So then it says Conor McGregor vigorously denies any accusation of misconduct. McGregor legal spokesman Karen Kessler told ESPN Ariel Helwani he has been interviewed and released.
McGregor's agent, Audi Attar of
Paradigm?
Is that Paradigm? Okay, excuse me. Wow, I can't believe I struggled with that. Paradigm Sports Management was angered by the report. I am irate and putting, in quotations, I am irate and putting out a warning. Loud and clear. Conor McGregor is not and will not be a target of those seeking to score a headline or a payday, Attar said.
Now, what... Obviously, we don't know other than what they're telling us.
Yeah, I think the first thing that we should start by saying is we do not have any facts, any knowledge of the situation. This is honestly a discussion of, wow, like this is happening. So with that being said...
Yeah, and this made major news since the last time we filmed the episode. That we grabbed the big headlines, and this seems, what's crazy, because they even asked Dana White about this situation, and he's like, I don't know enough about it, but the type of celebrity that McGregor is, you're gonna get people trying to come after you. Now, I'm not saying that that she's lying or whatever, right. But like I'm trying to wrap my head around it, because you get multiple allegations, you'd be like, what the hell are you talking like
exactly, bro. This is not the first time that this allegation has happened.
Yeah.
I'm also reading kind of conflicting reports, which I don't know the laws of what exhibitionism is, exposing, who knows, with all the facts not being expressed, what concerns me the most is no matter the truth or the lie about the scenario, these are digs at your legacy and your character. There's certain people who are extremely famous that don't ever have that experience, such as LeBron James, right? That is...
Well, no, you're right, but I'm just saying.
So this is where I use him as an example. He, his legacy is more based on like what he does for the community. Trying to be a good father. Trying to be an amazing husband to his wife. His wife's nothing less than amazing. So this is where I use that example, right? Somebody who's a top of the top, famous, right? Extremely recognizable anywhere you go, and to be able to avoid that type of experience, in a 17-year career like he's had, it only goes to like just kind of reflect like, okay, what exactly is going wrong here? Is it that you're just acting out of line and people are uncomfortable by you? Is somebody trying to make a payday off you? where's the story at? Where's it going? That's only my concern. Is like eventually after a while you get a little suspicious. Like, hey man, you've gotten a lot of these allegations. Like, what are you doing wrong, man? What are you doing?
You're doing that comparison, but Conor McGregor, I would say, is a lot bigger celebrity because internationally, LeBron James is not that big. He's huge in the States.
I wish I had some numbers. Maybe in my eyes, I'm obviously I'm pretty biased, right? So, and I love LeBron James. So I'm going to say, who knows really but internationally, yes, I can say that since he is not from America, we can make that.
Conor's huge here in the United States. Conor's huge in Europe. Conor's huge in pretty much anywhere in the world.
Russia.
Most
hated man.
Probably. But he's huge everywhere. LeBron James is huge in the United States and maybe China because of his partnership deals.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, he's way bigger than we can even fathom. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And so I can totally respect your side of it where it's like, hey, this guy is a celebrity of unfathomed proportion. There's definitely going to be those scenarios that are possibilities. I think my outlook is since that doesn't happen to me, and I kind of hold myself to a standard to not allow any of those types of situations to ever occur, although it is a completely different spectrum.
Well, then let's do the comparison with your favorite fighter then, John Jones.
My boy's got a lot of issues.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so from an entertainment aspect, John Jones is my favorite person, of all time. But he has his faults, right?
Yeah.
He definitely has his faults. And, those are things that's going to take an effect on your legacy. Well, it's just, this is my thing. It's like, okay, now that this is happening and it's happening multiple times, what can we do to change this from happening again?
Now, multiple times, I know where the other ones you were talking about. Did you know it got dropped?
I'm sure it did.
It got dropped, but it was just like because...
once again, we don't have all the facts to that one, though. There could have been a payoff, a non-disclosure that, prevented anybody from saying anything. That's what happened with the NFL and Colin Kaepernick. They paid him off, signed an NDA, and you don't really see any, too much about it anymore. This is just my outlook on it. It's like, okay, Conor, you're a wild boy. We love it, man. You got the cocaine on your finger while you're smoking a joint and drinking and stuff. I don't know if you've seen the video.
No, I have not.
Pure speculation.
Oh, no, wait. I saw
there's some little white stuff on his knuckle, and,
Yo, he was playing pool, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, man, he was by a pool, not playing a pool. All I'm saying is,
No, I did see
I've done took a walk around the block a couple times, and you see what goes on in the world, right? And I'm not oblivious to it, but it's funny to me. It's like those little things. It's like, look, brother, we know you're a wild child, man. We obviously are big, really big fans. My only thing is, okay, now that this stuff's happening, let's see a change of approach. Let's change the personification, the attitude, man. Let's tone it down a little bit. You got a son and a daughter now. Like the dad approach is where it's at. It's all about. I guess expect these people to have a little more of a role model type of an approach. But then again, these dudes are fighters, so it's hard to expect a whole lot.
Not only that, he is what is he 29, 30? Like he's around.
He's got to be
31 maybe.
I think 32.
32, dude, young, multi-millionaire. Yeah, we're talking over 100,
close to half a mil. Half a bill. I'm sure.
Yeah, with his business, and I'm like. If you're that young and maybe 5-6 years ago you were cashing welfare checks, you're gonna be wilding out, bro.
You are gonna be wilding out, but at a certain point, man, we got these morals and values.
Yeah, I don't know.
So my thing is like okay, we don't know the facts, man, but if you're out there walking around with things showing that should not be showing, you're wilding out, bro.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't know, but this is all just speculation.
Coming from a guy behind a mic who talks about these things, like we look for content, right?
Yeah.
And I totally understand that. But at a certain point, it's like, okay, since this is being brought up, how can we change the narrative?
Yeah. I almost didn't bring this up, but I was like, this is such big news where I'm like, we're going to have to talk about it. So,
well, if we can lighten the mood a little bit, I would just like to inform everybody about Ringside Beer.
Oh, yeah, let's get right into it. Let's pick it back up.
All right, guys. So, Ringside Beer, since 2012, committed to bringing fight fans quality lagers and ales. Brewed in Anaheim, California, Orlando, Florida, and Queensbury, New York, Ringside Beer is proud to offer fresh beer in both 16-ounce cans and on draft. Look for our flagship American-style lager, Irish-style red ale, or any of our other beers in your area. Shop at Ringside Shop at ringsidebeerstore.com for t-shirts, hats, and tap handles, even this black one here. Get in touch at ringsidebeer.com. Get in the ring. Be ringside. Ringside Beer.
Ringside Beer. No, seriously, yeah, get that MMA tap handle. That is going to go by fast, so...
You guys should jump on it.
I'm telling you, man. So let's get right into the fight recap. So we're going to go right into UFC Vegas 10. And, dude, this card... I mean, to be a fight night, dude, it was stacked. It was like a pay-per-view, man.
Man. I had a lot of hype for this fight. There was a lot of stuff going into it. Obviously, you have your personal preferences, and we'll get into it, you know. Yeah. But with all that being said, like, I was so excited to see these fights, man. It was a stacked card for a fight night.
We're going to be talking about 4 of our fights. Well, one of them is your buddy, Jalen Turner.
Yeah, right? Man. How sick, dude. We can go into that one.
So let's go right into Turner's win.
Yeah, so he had picked up a fight for the previous fight card. Unfortunately, that fight had gotten canceled because his opponent did test positive for COVID. I was going to say contract, but that's such a bad word. Sounds really bad. But he picked up a fight that next week, stayed out in Vegas. You can see he just put in that work, man, hit that weight cut again, stayed, you know, as low as he could. But obviously it was a catch weight fight, so they both weighed in around 163 and 164. Now, the coolest thing that this guy did, man, is when he did his weigh-in, he came out with one of his tarantulas. And that, to me, was just one of the best things that you can do for, your own like hype and legacy and perception, your image, exactly. And 2, it helps you stand out, man. Like, you're the kind of guy that's willing to, do something a little different and spice up the show a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you, man. I'm afraid of spiders. I don't think I'd ever want to touch a tarantula. But, it's cool to see something like that, man. It kind of gets you on your toes. You're like, oh, man, this dude's wild.
Yeah, like 1,000 likes, we'll pull a tarantula on him, bro.
Oh, dude. For 1,000 likes, I'll probably do it, but I swear I would not enjoy it. Just thinking about it gives me the twitches.
Talking about the fight, dude, he was extremely technical. It looked like he was on a different fight level than his opponent. And his opponent...
Brock Weaver.
Yeah. Man, he's a... Dude.
He's a tough kid, man. That guy's a fighter, and so what really stood out to me was just, like you said, the difference in the technical striking.
A lot cleaner, man.
A lot cleaner, a lot stronger, just a lot more intrusive.
Yeah.
And I remember in between the rounds, the coach for Brock Weaver was like, I need you to get the jab. And his response was, it's countered. And I looked at my brother-in-law, because, we're always watching the fights together, man. And I'm like, dude, like, he's in his head, man. He's straight saying the jab's countered. Like, like, obviously, your how do I say it, man? You're hurt, There's something in there that's just not quite right, when that dude's in your head when you say something like that. Yeah. So he was like, give me a double jab, something. And I just turned and looked back at my buddy Walter, my brother-in-law Walter, and I'm like, oh, man, this is over.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to be a knockout. And he came back out, and in that round, he dropped him.
Yeah.
With a nasty little, it was such a fluid, genuine, just pop uppercut. And then he followed it up with that overhand right, sat him down, man. And he thought he knocked him out. Me personally, I thought, like, he wasn't necessarily out unconscious, but I thought he was definitely done. Like, at that point, if Jalen were to have jumped on top of him, then Herb Dean would have stopped the fight. But he was like, no, stand up. Like, stand back up.
I'm going to finish you.
Yeah,
yep.
this is the way I'm going to, this is how we get down over here in the Inland Empire.
You wanted that highlight.
Stand up, bro.
Dude, he could have finished it right there on the floor, but he's like, nah, stand up. I'm gonna try and knock you out right now.
Yeah, exactly. So I loved it, man, especially taking that fight on such a short notice. It was such a good experience for him and for his image.
Yeah, congratulations. I watched the post-fight interview with him, and he was talking about his tarantulas, and he was talking about how he trains dogs.
Yeah, he does. Go to his Instagram page and you'll be fascinated, man. This guy, he got so many ventures going on, and he still finds some time to hit up your boy to play Call of Duty.
Well, dude, congratulations, man. That was an awesome win on your end. And I know that was a fight you picked. The fight I picked was Julia Avila, and that was, my cousin's husband's cousin.
Yeah, so, distant family. That's how we get down.
So obviously, I was going for her and
versus Eubanks.
And Eubanks won that fight. And
number 15 versus number 14, and it was pretty back and forth for most of that fight.
Well, in the stand-up, I thought Julia was dominating the stand-up. Now, granted, Eubanks was countering, was landing the shots, but I felt in the striking range. Avila had that.
She was out punching, out scoring. It definitely felt like she had the upper hand when it came to striking.
Yeah,
although she was being countered. Yes.
Yeah, but when it went to the floor, Eubanks made the adjustment and controlled Avila on the floor. Now, I don't think there was like a lot of damage. I felt like it was more just ground control.
Yes,
and it was, I was really pulling for Julia Avila to get that win. And it's always a learning lessons. You don't lose, you learn, right?
Absolutely. And I think at this point she definitely put on a show, and people are recognizing the skills that she has. And a 14 versus 15, you're not really going to drop too far. You're still you're still right there where one more fight can get you right back into the top 15, get you ranked. So, no sweat off your back. Like, shake it off. This girl was supposed to fight for a belt. Like, she's not an easy out. Yeah. So, I think this is definitely just one of those things where, hey, it's just a lesson. Just learn from it, pick it back up, work on that ground game, and the next time, you try to have ground control.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude, it was. I was screaming at the TV. That first round started, and they were going at it, and I was like,
it was a good first round.
Oh my god, dude, this card just had fights after fights, like good fights, and then
they did.
And then we're gonna go right. Go right into the other fight that not that what you call the no I didn't give you the photo, but the Ed Herman versus.
I was trying to skip this one. That's why not.
We're just gonna talk about it real quick, but the Ed Herman win over Rodriguez.
Wow,
bro. I've seen plenty of movies. I think he deserved an Oscar for this fight, dude. I was like. Homeboy did not get kicked in his jewels, his garbanzos.
It was definitely a lower stomach. The heel was right in the lower stomach.
That was a TKO in the second round for your boy, for Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, for sure.
Oh, I felt so bad for him, bro. I was telling my dad, because me and my dad were watching the fights, and I was like, watch Herman win the fight. Yeah, I was like, watch.
You could just feel it.
I don't know. I was like, you know what? The MMA world has been some crazy stuff happening. I was like, watch, he's gonna win. Watch, he's gonna win. And I could not believe it when he actually got the submission in the third round, because I'm like, dude, he was out.
Yeah, no, he was 100% out.
He took the full 5 minutes. I was like, bro, and this was crazy because everyone was watching the replay, and he was just like, ugh.
Yeah, just playing it off, like sold it.
Oh my god! I was like, hold up, are we watching a basketball game here or what?
Straight throwing shots. There are some floppers.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Okay, so this is my thing. I have been on record, probably the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth podcast. Go look back.
Yo, go look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which one are we on right now? We're on episode 7.
Fact check me, please. But I think I've been on record stating that I would rather them stop a fight a little later than a little earlier. Now, with that being said, the fight never got stopped. So that was my thing. Was at this point, you probably should call it TKO. This fight shouldn't continue. Once you see he was out like that.
Dude, he was out. He lost that fight 100%, man.
It just sucks because, that's a bad example of why I say, fights should go on a little longer. But with all of that being said, this dude was able to bounce back, and he was able to get the submission. So I will give him that respect and that credit. Like, hey, you were out, bro, like a light, and you were able to bounce back.
Now, how much of it did he know that wasn't a low blow? Because they asked him post-fight, for the post-fight interview. He said, I felt something. I felt it hit, but I didn't know. And when the ref stopped it, I mean, I don't know. He might be honest and be like, dude, I got hit right here. Sometimes that pain just shoots down. It's close to that area, and he probably thought.
Sure, it does shoot down.
Now, it did graze.
But that's a legal shot, though.
It did graze. But when the knee came down, it grazed. We're talking they did this, all right?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so it made a little contact, but you're wearing a cup. So, I mean, back when I played baseball and stuff, I mean, obviously you don't want to take a shot off the cup, right? It still hurts. But I think...
Bro, see, that's the thing. I don't know how many female viewers we got, but if you just do that, I'm on the floor and just like, bro, what are you doing?
But you got a cup. Like, so what I'm saying is he has a cup on, right? So I think my thing is like, that was a legal shot. So you knew that it was a little close to the edge. You could sell it, get 5 minutes to bounce back.
I don't know, but Dana
White. These
guys
don't think those things, man.
You know what? I really don't know. Unless I was in that position where I got hit right here,
it's their job, it's their lifestyle, right? So I think they look for ways to be able to stay in the fight, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And let's say you do come across a time where it's a kick to the stomach. No. It's instant reaction to be like, and then from there you're like, oh, that wasn't really low, but let's sell it.
I almost went to Vegas, brought homeboy a plate of cookies because he was milking that thing. So
man,
another zinger, baby. Well, anyways, let's move on from that one. Congratulations on the win, but also Rodriguez got the win bonus. Yeah. So Dana White's like, no, he won that fight. We're giving him the win money. So
it's good to see the show, the promotion, do something like that. Yeah. It's just like, hey, look, that sometimes our refs ain't the best. Sometimes our judges ain't the best.
He was ripping on that ref.
Yeah, we know what's up. So don't worry, we'll take care of you.
Well, let's on to the fight of the night,
the main event,
and the girls did get fight of the night.
They deserved it.
Dude, Michelle Waterson versus Angela Hill. This was, dude, it was such a good fight. And
another close fight.
And the last couple MMA fights were kind of stinkers, to be honest. They were. This one, dude, it was so good. I was screaming back and forth. I mean, obviously, I was going for Michelle Waterson, but I was happy for it going either way because Angela Hill put in work for this fight, man.
She deserves to be where she's at.
100%, yeah. And like Dana White said, there were no losers in this fight. This specific fight, there was no losers. Like, both these girls are stock rise.
They're number 4 and 5, right? I think something like that. So it really didn't take. I mean, it's just a swap of positions, if anything. I think they're still at the same spot.
Well, Michelle is.
I think she was ranked higher, so she probably is just going to stay at 4.
So they're going to be working on what's her name? Zhang versus Zhang Wei Li versus Doug Rose.
Dog Bros.
And I believe Michelle Waterson, if she wants to take another fight, she will take the next contender down. So I don't know who's in line for that yet.
Andrade?
I kind of don't want to say that. If anything, just wait for the winner of that other fight.
Yeah,
but we'll see. But then she might be waiting until the end of the early next year.
Yeah. So if we can get into this one just a little bit more, some judges had it scored Hill, which I wasn't necessarily too mad at. I think what the fight really boiled down to, and like Michelle kind of made a reference to, is it was a battle of inches. I think Michelle Waterson put on more strikes. She was the more active fighter, but I think Angela Hill was the more technical, the more landing, the more stronger punches. Because if you see both of their faces after the fight, you see Angela Hill definitely put some work in on Michelle Waterson.
Yeah.
So it was a very, very close back and forth.
So I thought it was 2-2 going to the 5th round.
Yes.
Now, if we're going off the straight numbers, Angela Hill would have won that fight.
Yes.
According to that. But what was, I felt like, dude, I was looking at that last round. I was like, dude, I have no idea who won this fight. All I saw was Michelle Waterson screaming and throwing everything she's got into those kicks. Yeah. Everything she had, she was leaving it out all in the octagon. Yeah. So I think that kind of swayed the judges just a little bit because I was like,
that is part of the scoring system is the octagon control. And if you're pushing the pace and you're the aggressor and you're selling it, man, like because obviously it's a show, right? You're just and just putting everything into those kicks. It's gonna sound like you're the one who's putting in more work. Yeah, it's just perception.
And honestly, when the fight was over, I was just clapping. I was like, dude, that was one of the
I stood up because I was like, like this is. I'm glad it's over,
dude.
Glad it's over for
it was intense, but I was like, I had no idea who won that fight. I was leaning Michelle Waterson just because, like I said, I'm biased as hell. Like I worked on her Fight documentary, and I'm like, I like her as a as a mom and everybody.
She's got an awesome story.
So. Obviously, I'm biased as hell, so I was like, "Oh no, Michelle won that." But I was like, honestly, really, I don't know who won because it could have gone to Angela Hill, no problem.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, it really nowadays when you leave it to the judges, you just don't know. So
you don't know. But this one, I was happy with whoever won it. So I'm glad it was Michelle Waterson.
Yeah,
nothing against Angela Hill. I think she did oh my god, here we go, an amazing job. Beep. And
she's right there, man. I don't think she should change much. I mean, these are just so close of fights for her that they're split decision losses.
And what was cool, Michelle Waterson got her brown belt after this fight.
Yeah, man, that's sweet. Although she didn't get a submission, it was definitely nice to see that, she's climbing up the ranks, still putting in the work because those belts ain't easy to get.
Oh, no. She just got her black belt.
That level.
She just got her brown belt. Then the next one is a black belt, I believe. So she's right almost there. And, Angela Hill went on Twitter to, spoke how she felt after the fight. And she says, back to the drawing board. Disappointed in the outcome, but proud of my performance, which I think, hold your head up high.
Absolutely.
Dude, that was one of the best fights I've seen out of her.
Yes.
And she should not be...
a lot of potential there. Yeah, keep your head up, man. Don't change a whole lot. And Claudia Gadelha actually responded. Now, Claudia Gadelha fought Angela Hill not too long ago, and that was the previous split decision loss that Angela Hill had that was very controversial.
Yeah, so that was Angela Hill's previous fight.
Correct.
Claudia. So,
her response was, Hill's going to cry until 2035 now with the laughing emoji. And
I'm like, dude, Claudia won that fight. Why she has to put salt on the wound? But Angela hits her with a reply and put this side-by-side shot. It says, is 2035 when you're going to fight again? Rematch me.
How?
No. I'll wait.
Yeah, so this is cool, man. I definitely wouldn't mind seeing them run it back.
Dude, because that one was super close, and if you're looking at the numbers, I was looking at...
Claudia the number 2? I think she might be the number 2.
She's up there. She's definitely up there. But, I mean, Angela could have won that fight again. That was such a close fight.
Yeah, you can run that back for sure.
She did drop Claudia. She did drop her in that fight, so... man.
I mean, if you just look at that picture that we had put up, I mean, you can see.
Dude.
She put in some work.
Oh, man.
Definitely need to run that back.
That one I would love to watch, man. That one I would love to see them run it back again.
Yeah, 100%.
That one, I think that's the fight. And then
Put
Michelle.
it on the pay-per-view. I'm okay with that.
And if...
not as the main event, of course. Let's clarify. But, because they're obviously not number one contenders or anything. But with that being said, definitely...
Or title holders, yeah.
Yeah, man, put them on, keep them on the main event. But, somewhere...
Fight night, main event.
Not the co-main, but like right after that.
Oh,
right before that one. That'd be a great fight because it's a guaranteed brawl. They don't like each other. Ooh. They're going to throw blows.
And you remember Claudia versus Joanna? Dude, they hated each other, and that was a fight.
Seems like that's the niche for Claudia Gadelha. It's like that's what she likes. She likes starting that drama with those other people, getting it going, just that extra juice when you get in the ring.
Well, congratulations, girls, man. That was an awesome performance from both fighters. Happy for both of them. I was happy for
you guys can run it back too. I'm cool with that as well.
Yeah, do that. I mean, I would love to watch that one. Put that one on the undercard of like Masvidal, Nate Diaz. Whoo! You're welcome.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm out of here right now.
It's in January. It's enough time to heal up.
Seriously.
Well, it's only speculated it's in January. They need to get the deal done.
Yeah. Well, on to fight announcements. Now, there wasn't really a lot of big fight announcements. There were just like some here and there. But I thought this was pretty cool. Maybe we could talk about it. Was this Lomachenko versus Lopez poster that Top Rank put out? Now, tell me it does not have a Stipe versus Ngannou-esque to it.
Yeah, it does. No, 100%. You can see where they were influenced. I think it also has like that that MMA McGregor type of vibe. I don't know if it's from the video game or whatever, but like where they have the writing on the gloves.
UFC 200 where they have the writing on the faces and all that stuff.
I think that's the reference that I'm going back to. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's, you can tell where they definitely have gotten influenced by MMA. Once again, an example of where the sport of boxing is at right now, when you used to be the number one, type of promotion with all of your, posters and such, and now the UFC is just taking over and become such a big machine. Look at, who's influencing who now.
Yeah. I love the poster.
Yeah, it's sick.
I'm excited for that fight. And if I'm not mistaken, this is free on ESPN.
Lomachenko got a nice beard, dude. I'm trying to get there.
I'm looking at the design. You're like, hey, he got a nice beard, huh? You got some beard oil in that piece?
That's a respectable beard right there.
So yeah, I believe this fight is free on ESPN Plus Top Rank. I don't think this is a pay-per-view.
I think it's one last thing is it's on your birthday.
It's on my birthday, October 17th.
Hey, sup with it?
I'll be in Texas for that with my hanging out with my brother for my birthday. So I am excited.
In Texas.
Yeah, man, that's awesome poster. I dig it. Now, fights for this week, for this weekend, I should say.
Yeah, man.
Saturday, Top Rank, we're continuing with the boxing, is Pedraza versus Molina for the junior welterweight battle. So, yeah. I think Top Rank is just trying to put out fights. I don't think this is a big fight.
Best thing they can do is just keep putting out content.
Keep putting it out. Keep putting it out.
Once again, build your fighters up. Keep building interest into these guys, and hopefully they can become a draw. Yeah,
both fights this weekend are on ESPN Plus. You can have multicast running if you want to watch both events. Just throwing that out there. So
take advantage of it.
Yeah. And the next one is UFC. This will be UFC Vegas 11.
This has been 2 years in the making.
Ooh, Covington versus Woodley, man. Dude, there is so much writing on this fight.
So I just want to get this out of the way, okay? Because I've seen on big name promotions such as ESPN and other places that I won't name. What really upsets me is that they're putting such a highlight on this MAGA versus for the culture. Let's take a step back from that, okay? Yes, the times are rough right now and things are hot and tense. Let's dilute that off for just a second, okay? When we're talking about this fight here, there's history to this fight. So there doesn't need to be any added racial tension, any political tension to it. I think this fight has enough juice for the casuals and the hardcore fans to be like, okay, it's honestly distasteful when I see ESPN putting out,
Woodley
just to focus on that.
Woodley did talk about that on his show on the TMZ Sports or the Beatdown or something like that.
Yeah,
he was talking about how
I watched that interview.
Yeah, he was just saying everyone's talking about, oh, you gotta do this for the culture, you gotta do this and that, and he's like, dude, I ain't gotta do shit. I gotta go in there and fight for me.
Exactly.
So I'm like, I'm glad he's realizing this is a fight and he wants to get the win. He wants to get back on the winning side of things because Tyron Woodley has been on a losing streak.
Yep.
Covington just his last fight was against Usman and he lost that fight, broke his jaw.
Yeah.
But these two, I mean, dude, we've been waiting for this fight to happen because technically, it's a great fight because they're both wrestlers.
Yes.
So they can cancel that out, and it's going to be a straight up.
It's definitely stylistically a good matchup.
Exactly.
And also, this was supposed to happen when Woodley was the champion. Yeah. So this is like a pay-per-view contending type of fight. I'm so surprised it's a fight night. I'm not complaining at all. I'm super thankful.
I'm saving my money on this one. I know this one's going to be a heater right here. This
one's going to be a heater right here. So with that side of it explained, and we don't want to really get into that part of it.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing to focus on here is just the history between the two. where it boils down to the annoyance of, Covington trying to get into Tyron Woodley's head to make him fight him.
Now, Woodley, I felt he's gotten in somewhat Covington's head because he's been training with George Masvidal. For people that don't know, George Masvidal lived with Covington, and now George Masvidal and Covington are not friends. They don't like each other at all.
Right.
So Masvidal was helping Tyron Woodley train for Covington. Now, granted,
they're in the same division, so it's pretty crazy to see, guys who could potentially have the chance to meet up down the line. They're working together for the same cause, to take out this guy to, pretty much make him not legitimate.
Well, and this is the thing. If you were to tell me who was going to win this fight when they had the beef going on with 2 years ago, I would have been Tyron Woodley all day.
Same.
Now, watching the Usman versus Covington fight, we learned a lot from Covington.'s a tough mother effer,
Yeah, he is. All the antics aside, this guy can fight.
Yeah, all the BS aside. I mean, if you are a diehard, it's all a show. It's all WWE stuff. But
I'm surprised it's not like the light's not focused on that a little more.
Nah, man. I think for right now, I think that's
it. Just builds it just bumps me out because it's it's like the WWE. We know it's not really authentic. Not to say that they ain't athletic. It's just like the storyline and stuff. It's just not as authentic as the UFC. So you see a guy with his niche and he's committed to it as hard as he is. It's it's almost kind of tough to consume. Well, but the fact that he's a fighter kind of helps.
Well, Covington's ranked number 2, and rightfully so, man. He put in work in that fight, and it showed a lot about Covington. He is there. He is game for the 5 rounds. He don't care if he breaks his jaw. Right. He's still in it to win the fight.
Yeah, he broke his jaw in the 3rd, man, and he still finished that fight.
I think it ended in the 5th, but he got dropped and it was stopped and all stuff. But
I mean, just be able to continue to get there's
Now, Woodley, I think this is the fight that he needs to get motivated. Not that he's not motivated, but I'm just saying that little extra to be like, all right, man, I cannot lose to this guy.
Yeah. I don't think he can. I don't think he can afford to lose to this guy.
No, because he's on, 3 losing fight streak. He had the beef with the UFC years ago. He had all that, he has his rap stuff. White,
so he was the most boring fighter ever.
And I'm like, dude, which is crazy because I'm like, he had some of the greatest knockouts in that division when he was running for the title run.
You can just see he went through a little phase, man, where just right now, those 3 the fights that he lost, it's a little phase, and hopefully this is the bounce back season. Now,
I hope. I mean, whoever wins wins the fight. But I'm just saying, if Woodley wins, great. He's still in the UFC. I'm afraid that he loses this fight and then he's out. Because Woodley's still a good fighter. Now he's fighting top. Super. We're talking the number.
Is his contract almost up, or
I didn't even look into his contract, but I feel if he loses this fight, he is done with the UFC.
I think they'll have him run it back with Stephen Thompson.
Nope. Hold on. Let me get my wallet. How much you want to bet on that?
It's just because I'm just looking at the rankings.
Screw the rankings. They will never run that fight again. Never. All right. So
Dana White tends to use the word never and will.
No, you know what? All right, bro. How much you want to put down on that fight? I guarantee you, man.
This is just for entertainment.
No, I'm just saying. The first fight was close, and I believe it was a draw, and so they had to run it back. The second fight, we're talking. I mean, 20 punches thrown, maybe, and I'm fucking being generous. Oh my god, beep.
This guy's on a good one. It's because I gave him a monster.
Yeah, so just got me all twitchy over here.
That boy's on a good one.
So I'm just saying, they're never gonna run that fight again. No way. That left a sour taste.
I guess I just don't see Woodley. Yeah, the nasty taste. I just don't see Woodley. Didn't he have the least amount of punches thrown against Damian Maia?
I believe that was Wonderboy Thompson in the second fight.
No, I think he had less against Damian Maia.
Really?
Yeah, man. This is where we need a fact checker.
Dude, someone put it in the comments. We someone put it in the comments. We did this intentional, so someone can write in the comments.
Exactly. We need you guys engaged. All right. So start sparking a little controversy.
Covington though is, I mean, he did lose to Usman, but Usman is a monster. I'm just saying.
Masvidal's right in that mix too.
I do not know who's going to win this fight because if Woodley comes correct, I think he could sleep Covington.
He's strong enough to.
I think he has a power to do it.
Yeah, he's
now
definitely
Covington might be a little bit more technical and might be able to adjust to Tyron Woodley. And now I don't know if Woodley's going to wait and try to counter, and then it's going to be a somewhat lackluster fight, or if he goes after him, it can. I mean,
I honestly see Woodley being a little more aggressive in this fight. I definitely see him being the aggressor. I think Colby's going to be more of a counter striker forced into that scenario. I think I honestly think Woodley might sit him down with the nasty right. Overhand right, sit him down. That's just kind of how I kind of predict it.
Pros and cons. I mean, Woodley has gone multiple times 5 rounds, so I don't think he is going to have a problem. Covington went 5 rounds once with Usman.
That's it.
So how much? Obviously, I'm not saying he doesn't have the cardio because obviously he showed it in the last fight. You know, he has the heart. Covington has the heart to go the 5 rounds.
But it depends on how bad the fight is going into the 5th. If you're getting a beating, you know.
Now, I am excited. I'm probably, I don't know. I'm super excited. I want to see old Woodley come back.
Yeah.
Vicious.
I do too.
And, sprint.
Strong, refreshed, ready.
Now, and I think Covington is the guy to bring that out of Woodley.
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping this is
definitely
a firefight, man.
I just wanted to end it on this one.
Go ahead, man.
What I won't get too much into it, but what I found really funny was Colby Covington was standing next to the President Trump just recently, and they went to shake hands. And, I mean, us guys know, like, sometimes you grab somebody's hand, right, and it's an awkward handshake, and you feel it, right? And you could just see how it broke down. He grabbed it, didn't, like, feel like an actual, like good handshake, and he tried to kiss his hand, and I was just like...
Who tried to kiss his hand?
Oh, he tried to kiss the president's hand.
No, he tried to give him a little smoochy smooch?
He tried to give him a little smooch on the hand, and I was just like, oh, my boy, this is a bold move, bro. Like, we're in coronavirus times.
Hold up. Who kisses another man's hands like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Well, that's his niche.
How you doing, brother?
That's his niche, right?
Who does he think he thinks he's Jack from Titanic? Whatever.
That's my thing is like, if you're a fight, it was just like a really submissive kind of weird move that was like, just made me uncomfortable.
Dude, I gotta watch this video,
no matter who is in that position.
Was this on Covington's page?
I can't lie to you. I seen it on social media. It was on Instagram.
All right,
but
it might be on his page because he's
might be on his page. I'm sure he's promoting it like it's the greatest thing on the planet. But really, it just made me uncomfortable.
God, I can't believe he went to go kiss another man's hand like that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, we're in coronavirus times.
Y'all germs.
Let's not forget about that. Secondly, that's just a bold move, man. Like, we all understand having respect for another person, but like, I'm pretty sure President Trump doesn't want your bodily fluids on his top of his hand. I'm just saying. Pre-COVID, after COVID, during COVID, no bodily fluids.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta watch that video then because I haven't had a hard laugh in such a long time.
I'm gonna show you off camera once we're uploading the video and breaking it down and all that good stuff. I'm gonna show you.
Show me, all right, man. Well, with that being said. We thank you guys for hanging out with us and watching the episode. We want to remind you we have this art giveaway still going on. This Israel Adesanya painting that I painted, 8x10. An 8x10 one of one original painting. Ain't going to be done again.
Yep.
And tell them how to enter, man.
So this is how you guys can win the actual canvas. So you just go to youtube.com, type in Ringside Beer Show, go to the actual page, subscribe. Please turn on notifications, and then from there, just comment done on any of the videos. What we're going to do is put your guys' name in a random generator. We're going to then see who is the actual lucky winner, and that winner will be announced September 29th, 2020. And just a little stress that we wanted to add to it, it can only be sent in the United States.
Yeah.
We apologize.
So, yeah, because, I mean, everything that's going on right now, it's a little crazy, but Well, we want to wish you guys good luck on that.
Yes.
And last reminder, Ringside Beer MMA tab handles.
Yes, guys.
Look at that beautiful image, man. Look at that. Sometimes, man.
I'd like to meet the guy who made that image.
Well, hello, brother. Right there.
What's going on, dude? I like that picture, dude. That is such a solid quality picture.
Dude, get yourself a Ringside Beer MMA tab handle. They have a whole bunch of them down here.
Man, I just can't stop thinking about, like, there's only 50 made right now. So can you imagine being that person that you've been riding with us from episode 1 and you've listened to all the podcasts and you're a Ringside Beer Show real one?
Yeah, so...
And you grab one of these, man, and you take a picture of it and drop it on our YouTube channel with you in it. Oh, my gosh. You're going to be, like, our favorite person on the planet.
And not only that, this a little bit inside scoop. I won't tell you what's missing, but the first 50 will have something slightly different from the rest of the batch that are going to be coming out.
Wow.
So, it's going to be so subtle, you might not even notice this, but get the first 50 if you're interested. You're going to be able to tell which ones were the first 50.
Wow.
So
that's cool, man. I like that it stands out.
Yeah. So, well, thank you guys. Another awesome episode. We love you. Thank you for the support. Please like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mama, grandma, brothers, sisters, everybody.
Cousin, auntie.
Everybody, man. We appreciate you. We love you.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate your time. We value your time. And on that note, be ringside.
Ringside Beer, guys. All right, man. On to the next one. Later, guys. Love you. Bye.